Republic of Nigeria, I will discharge my duty and perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability, that I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or my official decision, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, the swearing-in ceremony is being witnessed by former Presidents Muhammadu Buhari and Jonathan. African leaders who witnessed the historic events were the new Prime Minister of Gabon, Billy Bai Nze, President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, Ghana President Nana Akufo-Addo, and Rwandan President Paul Kagame. Others present include service chiefs, heads of security agencies, governors, former governors, serving and former ministers, as well as APC chieftains. And in Rivers State, the inauguration ceremony of the governor-elect, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, Ngozi Olu, is underway at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium in Port Harcourt, despite a heavy downpour this morning. The outgoing governor, Nyesom Wike, the governor-elect, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, Ngozi Olu, arrived at the venue of the inauguration. Well, the inauguration ceremony started with the outgoing deputy governor, Ipalibo Harry Banigo, taking her salute. The road directly leading to the stadium has been cordoned off by the police. Our correspondent spoke with some of those seen at the stadium on their expectations from the government.
We expect him to better than the former governor. The grassroots.
We are expecting people to just work and enjoy our and expect that things will happen to.
In the meantime, the governor-elect is currently taking his oath of office, and our correspondent reports that dignitaries at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium include former Rivers State Governor Peter Odili and his wife, retired Just Mary Odili, former PDP chief Phyllis Oboa, former secretary to the Rivers State government Kenneth Kobani, PDP chief Uchendo, former commissioner for information Ibim Seminitari, among others. Following online reports that a ruling by an Abuja High Court dissolved the PDP executives in Rivers State, a fact check by our correspondent has shown that it is only a fresh lawsuit to challenge the authenticity of the Desmond Akawo-led PDP executive in the state. Now, over the weekend, there were speculations that the inauguration of the governor-elect, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, Ngozi Olu, may not hold due to the reported landmark ruling of the Abuja High Court that has dissolved the parallel executive committees of the PDP in Rivers State. While the report said the court declared that the ex-cos responsible for nominating Siminalayi Fubara as the party's governorship candidate in the primary were not the authentic ex-cos recognized by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Well, we will bring you details of this report in subsequent bulletins. Now, as the Wike administration ends today, some children in Port Harcourt are calling on the incoming government to provide adequate support for out-of-school children. Recall that a Universal Basic Education Commission UBEC report of state-by-state percentage of out-of-school children said that Rivers State was among the top 5 states with the highest percentage of school-age children not in school in 2018. Now, some of the children also spoke on the need for the state government to devote time to visit children at orphanage homes, among others.
Children are facing child abandonment. Some parents abandon their children. Some of them are facing hunger. Some are not going to school.
Many parents are poor, so to the extent that they cannot take care of their children in their education. The government should make free schools. Should stop parents from encouraging their children or going for help in order for them to be enrolled into school.
I want government making all the hardship come to an end.
Government has to raise time so that they can go out to help the needy children in the orphanages, some are in the hospitals, to help them and help them with problems that they're facing in areas of their lives.
Now, a professor of development studies and director, Center for Gender, University of Port Harcourt, Nsirim Walu, also spoke on this.
If families are comfortable, they also understand the dynamics of raising children. They will try to make sure that they do things to keep the children comfortable. But with the economic situation where you see people have more children that they can conveniently manage, and then when people also try, there are a lot of challenges in the society. But notwithstanding, everybody, every parent should be able to do what he or she can do within his or her own means. But what's important there is each families should be able to have the children that they can conveniently care for.
A former member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, James Ogbonda, is appealing to the outgoing state governor, Nyesom Wike, to unseal his hotel and bar. Mr. Ogbonda made the appeal in an interview with our correspondent while narrating how the police sealed off his hotel and bar in the Elekahia axis of Port Harcourt early this morning.
This is part of business, the business community. You cannot illegally, continuously seal businesses in Port Harcourt. What message are you sending to entrepreneurs? In both places, I have about 93 staff. And each time you seal the place, you send these people out of work to the labor market. It is sad, it's unfortunate. I can't fight the government. I do not know why they continue to do what they are doing, sealing business premises. It's not good for economy. Lagos is booming. Other states' economy are booming. How? Why? Because they provide enabling environment for them to function.
Recall that the hotel and bar was first sealed on the 19th of August 2022 alongside a filling station, a hotel at Eagle Island belonging to the former Commissioner for Urban Development, Chinyere Igwe, and the former PDP chairman of Falga, Ikechi Chinda. Now, at the time, they accused the Rivers State government of sealing their business premises because of their support for the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar. Still ahead, Port Harcourt International Airport renamed. Stay tuned.
Stay on track with Nigeria Info.
Can PFN bestow on bishops?
Talking about Mourinho and AS Roma. Paulo Dybala joined forces with Mourinho.
And then so the aviation workers also want to join the strike.
More access to all the top stories and more. Let's talk.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort.
Diseases could be avoided
with good hygiene practice. Be more responsible with how you dispose waste products. The environment will be better looking without litter and exposed garbage. We love our city clean. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thank you for staying tuned. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, says in the incoming months, efforts will be made to tarnish his image. Mr. Obi said this in a statement released on his verified Twitter handle today. He said campaigns of calumny are being perfected to defame his character and diminish his hard-earned integrity. Now, he urged Nigerians to use this opportunity to renew their commitment to the Nigerian ideal. He also urged Nigerians to treat the judiciary with the respect and dignity it deserves, saying he expects the judiciary to use the election cases now before it to reaffirm its independence and integrity. Chairman of the Rivers State Civil Society Organizations, Enefa George Will, has commended the Senate for passing a bill seeking to compensate victims of the 2020 EndSARS protest. The bill, titled A Bill for an Act to Amend the National Emergency Management Agency Act, seeks to provide for the establishment of EndSARS Victims Compensation Fund. While speaking on this, Mr. George Will said he also expected the Red Chamber to question the non-implementation of its recommendation of the Judiciary Panel of Inquiry on EndSARS. Well, he, however, stressed the need for proper funding of the Nigeria Police.
The Rivers State Civil Society organizations commend the Senate for approving the bill to compensate EndSARS victims across the country. As one of the frontline organizations of the EndSARS, our joy knows no bounds. We, however, share the sentiments of those who feel this is coming a bit late. We equally think that this current Senate should have interrogated why recommendations of the Judicial Panels of Inquiry and the Senate Joint Committee on EndSARS have not been implemented by government till date. Merely making laws or recommendations without oversight function or follow-up most times don't translate to implementation. This is a call for proper funding of the police. As our findings show, there is a nexus between poor funding of the police and police brutality.
28 governors-elect took oath of office across Nigeria today. In Niger State, Umar Mohammed Bago took over from Abubakar Sani Bello as governor of the state. And in Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia is now the new governor, while Abba Kabir Yusuf is the new governor of Kano State. Port Harcourt International Airport, or Magwa, has been renamed Obafemi Jeremiah Awolowo International Airport. It follows the approval of the renaming of 15 airports after some prominent Nigerian leaders by the former President Muhammadu Buhari. Osubi International Airport in Delta State was renamed after the first military governor of Rivers State, Alfred Diete Spieth. Other airports were also renamed. The approval was given on Friday by the Ministry of Aviation. And in business, as the Buhari administration ends today after 8 years, a survey has shown the current food prices at the Mile 3 market in Port Harcourt. Our correspondent reports that a 50 kg bag of Nigerian rice sells for 40,000 naira, 25 kg for 20,000 naira, a custard bucket for 3,500 naira, and half pint bucket for 1,700 naira, while a cup of Nigerian rice sells for 200 naira. A 50 kg of foreign rice goes for 50,000 naira. 25 kg goes for 25,000 naira. A custard bucket for 4,000 naira. And half pint bucket for 2,000 naira. And a cup of foreign rice goes for 250 naira. Now, 25 liters of groundnut oil sells for 34,000 naira. 10 liters for 17,000 naira. 5 liters for 7,800 naira. A litre for 2,000 naira. And half liters for 1,000 naira. Now, for red oil, palm oil rather, a litre sells for 1,500 naira and half litre for 750 naira. And for livestock, an old layer of chicken is selling for 3,700 naira, a jumbo-sized chicken for 8,000 naira, while a broiler sells for 5,000 naira, depending on the size. A custard rubber of fresh tomatoes sells for 3,000 naira, while a half rubber sells for 1,500 naira. Well, some traders spoke to our correspondents on this.
One cup of rice, you get the one of 250, you get the one of 200, you get the one of 180. Everywhere they dry.
Tomato, the one of 3,500, the one of 5,000 custard. Like this very I used to sell 3,000. That's normal price.
Umbrella nice. Guess what? We sell it some 6,000, 5,000, 4,000. Depending the size of. Like this particular noella that is bigger like this, 7,000, 6,500.
Jumbo, it is 8,000.
For last week we say something like this, 2,209. We sell it 1,800.
Okay, but this time around market there somehow everywhere. They dull. Market no day like before.
Meanwhile, some filling stations along the East-West Road in Port Harcourt now sell petrol between 225 naira and 240 naira per litre. The last days of the Buhari administration saw the increase in petrol pump price amid the planned removal of subsidy. Well, some drivers spoke to our correspondent about how the new hike is affecting them.
Some people they say 240, some people they say 230, 235 for this Chuba road here. In the affect us well. Because I know the green payment. I'm making the price of fuel go down small.
Since Fridays, people where they say 210 before, they know they say 220, 225. And where they around the side, they say they know they say. I never have a piece. If they remove this sausage now, while go day.
It's 230 per litre right now. The things affect us. So please, we need the Nigerian leader to just make sure the price of fuel will let him leave the subsidies there so that people will benefit on the. Because we come on resources now to affect us. So we see people are driving on the road to affect the general price of things. People got beans, rice, also of things. So it affects. So please, let them leave the subsidy.
In entertainment, former President Muhammadu Buhari has conferred national awards on 3 Nigerian filmmakers, Kunle Afolayan, Charles Opaleke, and Ayodeji Richard Makun, better known as AY. Mr. Afolayan and Mr. Opaleke were awarded the Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON, for their contributions to the country's development, while AY was honored with a Member of the Order of the Federal Republic, MFR. In sports, after guiding Napoli to a first Serie A title in 33 years, manager Luciano Spalletti is taking a year-long sabbatical. Napoli President Aurelio De Laurentiis says he will respect the decision.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Supporters of Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan are celebrating after he won Sunday's vote, securing another 5 years in power. President Erdogan told cheering crowds outside his enormous palace on the edge of Ankara that the entire nation of 85 million won. But his call for unity sounded hollow as he ridiculed his opponent Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu and took aim at a jailed Kurdish leader. On the news this afternoon, you heard that Bola Tinubu has been sworn in as Nigeria's president. Is facing a fresh lawsuit. Rivers State government has sealed a hotel in Port Harcourt. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has alleged that there is a plot to tarnish his image. On the foreign scene, Turkish election has left the nation divided. The news was edited by Martha Okerenkem. Rain showers in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. And do stay tuned. Coming up next is The Sunny Side.